Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Jennifer from Sundragon Paper and Lace, and today I am going to show you how I made this cute little tiny journal. It is, let me measure it here. It is, oh, not quite 5.5 by 4.25. You can see. So what had happened was I got these things, which, by the way, thank you so much. New subscribers. We are almost at 200. We're at, I think, 197. And I had promised that when we reach 200, I would send out do a poll, do a drawing to win, to gift a lace snippet roll, which, you know, if you've seen my previous videos, there are these things here. So almost there, just need three more subscribers. Okay, so what I did was I ordered these from Temu, and thinking that, again, this is a note to myself, I gotta pay attention to the size. I was thinking that this would be a nice way to package my cards, my card making, into a little box like this. Well, I thought this box was a lot bigger, and so I didn't have a use for the smaller size, but I didn't have the heart to throw it away. So I thought this would be a great idea, a great thing to make a cover. And it works really well because it has the, what do you call this stuff in the front? It's like transparency material, photo material on the front there. And so you can put whatever your heart desires on there. And I just kind of let me do a little quick flip through of this. Used vintage papers. These are all authentic vintage papers. And vintage books. I've got some original ephemera in there. All that here. Again, I'm going to do this quickly so that we can go on to the make. And got a vintage doily in there. This has some vintage stamps in it. And this has a little bit of scrap paper and vocabulary words. I think they're in French and Spanish. There's a couple in there in Spanish as well. All the pages are vintage, from vintage books and vintage ledgers. And it opens up, it does this, and then it also opens up to do this. And it has a pocket in here in the back. And I've got some ledger paper back there, and then this opens up and does, these are vintage, all vintage papers with some vintage stamps and cigarette cards. So anyway, what I thought I would do is maybe do a make and go through my process and have a great craft with me series. thank you everybody for joining me today. And I so appreciate the new subscribers and the subscribers that have been with me since the beginning. I really appreciate all your support and continuing to watch. This is all vintage lace, by the way, that I put on here. So I thought that this front of this was a little bit plain. It didn't stand out as much, you know, although I like it. It's still, I think maybe what I'm gonna do on this one is put something that is brighter or something that stands out more. And what I did was, let me think here. I cut it here. Yes, that's what I did. I cut it right here. And oh my goodness, look at this. Don't do what I just did. Get a new one. I'm not going to throw this away because I still might be able to salvage that and use something. Do something with that. Again, let's try this again. Yes, okay. So I cut it this way, right on the fold. Make sure I don't have the other side. I thought that felt a little thick. Okay. Is that straight? All right. So I want to, and I'm going to fold this. So this is going to be the binding right here. And then this is going to be where I'm going to flap. Going to glue piece and flap out. And let me straighten this out. I gotta put my glasses on. Forgive me. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing these days? Yeah, I haven't been on here for a while. I've been quite busy. I just had a birthday, and we went to Reno, had a blast. There were like 16 of us that went to Reno. And it was lots of fun. The guys rode their motorcycles and the girls kind of followed behind them as a chaser car, just in case something happened, because Reno is quite a ways from Oregon, from Southern Oregon. And we just wanted to make sure everybody was safe. So the nice thing about this is that it already has a cutout for a pocket. So I like that. And I'm just gonna cut this now. And I'm not sure exactly what to call these boxes. I guess they could be like a gift box, but they're really not a gift box. And I forgot exactly, because I got these a while ago. I can't remember what it was labeled under. But I'll figure out how to post it. I'll figure out what to call this when I post this video. Probably be window box or something like that. A gift box. Gift box with window. Who knows? Okay. So there. I just want to make sure this is nice and straight. And then what I did then is I covered this up and collaged it. Let me see. What do I feel like covering it with? I need some kind of decorative paper. And geez, you know, it's not like I'm lacking any paper, but My problem is I've just got too many decisions, too much. Maybe what I'll do is find my decorative paper. And I'm sorry, this is very impromptu, which is what I tend to do a lot. How about we do something with glitter? That's pretty paper, don't you think? I love this paper. This paper is so beautiful. Okay. Just make sure. Might as well just rip this whole piece here. So anyway, our trip to Reno was it was fun. We made 3 stops, which didn't seem so bad. It made the trip not quite as long. And we had a really fun time, you know, visiting, girls visiting, and you know, we also rode with the guys at like the second stop. We rode in the middle of the trip, and when we were in Reno, we just got all dolled up and painted the town red and had quite a blast. Reno is a fun place to how did I do that? How did I make that hole? I think I kind of guesstimated. I don't want to cut the birds though, because if I did that, then how about if I do no, I need to do it this way. I don't want to cut. I want the birds to be like right here. So maybe that's what I'll do, is I'll just do this so that I don't have to cut the birds. And then I'll just do it in 2 pieces. So yeah, we went dancing. I don't like to gamble, but you know, I have friends that like to gamble, which is fine. So we just kind of, you know, whoever wanted to gamble, they gambled. Whoever wanted just to walk around or go to the circus or whatever. I mean, we just kind of all did our own thing, and then we met up for dinner. And the next day we went up to Virginia City, and glue. Where's my glue? Where did my stick glue? Oh, there it is. We went up to Virginia City. We rode our motorcycles up that wonderful, curvy, fun road. And didn't realize, we just timed it just right. We didn't realize they had their porta potty races. Not porta potty, outhouse races. So, which was hilarious. Oh my God, there were people all dressed up in a theme or whatnot, and had their outhouse, and they're like attached to a bicycle or something. And then it's like it's a 3-person team. 2 people are behind the outhouse pushing and helping the rider who is on a tricycle, I think, and the outhouse is attached, and they're all garbed up in different types of costumes depending on what their name was. And it was hilarious. It was so funny to see them race. And it's a 2-day event. And the effort that they put into their costuming and their vehicle, their outhouse vehicle, it's it was a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed that, and then enjoyed walking around Virginia City, and the weather. I mean, couldn't pick a better weekend to do it. It just had just a lot of entertaining things to see, do, and the weather was beautiful, and it was quite nice. I'm gonna wait for this to dry because I put glue on there and it's sticky, and I don't want to gum up my scissors, which is, they're probably already gummed up anyway, but I don't want to gum up my scissors and cut that. So I'm trying to remember how I did this. How did I cut that out? I think. So I'm gonna put lace over this anyway, so that this seam right here is really not gonna matter. We're not gonna, I'm gonna do a binding. I'm gonna bind the pages and then cover it with lace, so it's not gonna matter. This is pretty, huh? Like that. But then I'm going to end up cutting the birds out. Okay, so let's just do this way. And then that way, I don't want to have just partial birds. So let me see what other piece is there. I think I'm always going to have partial birds on here, unless I cut it here. This is from Papaya. This paper's from Papaya, by the way. If you haven't heard of Papaya, they do make beautiful papers, cards. The art, it's Papaya art. It's just really pretty stuff. It's very artsy. They have like images of ladies with flowers, drawn on flowers in their hair. I mean, it's just real pretty. I can't avoid it. I'm going to have a bird there. I'm going to have his head cut off. Unless I cut, that'll be a challenge. Okay, well, we're going to try it. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to cut out this, except for the bird. And then I'm going to cut around the bird and keep the bird like right on the window. Yeah, we'll see. We will see how this is going to turn out. I can do it. I can do it. Jen, you can do it. You can do it. Okay. And if not, it's only paper. We'll just think of something else. All right, let's see how my skill set is. Is this bird gonna show? Yeah, okay. So I want this much. And I don't know, I can't remember how I cut the middle. Yes. Yes. So I think what I did is I just felt around, and then I just marked here. And I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but although I love doing things, I love the easy way, sometimes I don't always do things easily because I just don't think about it. I can feel that right there. Okay, now I'm gonna take my ruler. Where's my ruler? Take my ruler and then go from one end here, and then one end to there, and then this end over here. So for those of you that live over here in the West Coast, if you've never been to Reno, Reno is quite the experience. I've personally, you know, we've all heard of Vegas, so I hope you've heard of Vegas. Reno, Nevada is like an old time, old Vegas, smaller. Their motto is the biggest little city in the world. The biggest little city, Reno, the biggest little city. And it is like a little, it's got the casinos, but it's not as big and grandiose and expensive as Vegas. But it's still a lot of fun. All right, let's see. So what I did is, for whenever you're gonna cut in the middle of a piece of paper like this, I like to make an X. I kind of poke in the middle, and then it just cuts it down to where it's easier to cut your shape, so you can have a straighter line. Concentrating, I have to be quiet. Okay, here is going to be the tricky part. I'm surprised I remembered to cut around it. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna kind of not even cut exact. I'm just gonna go around. And you know, I'm left-handed, so it's kind of odd. So let me see if I can do this way. Can you see? Am I going off camera? I hope I'm not. All right. Okay, let's see if I can. I think maybe it would be easier to do small scissors in this case. All right, let's go this way. Let's take that out. There we go. That's much better. I'm sorry if this is kind of the boring part, doing this cutting. There. I think that should do it. That should be okay. And now I just need to, erase those lines. Let me see. Let's see if we can get that pencil mark out of there. Maybe what I can do too is ink it a little bit. And okay. So it's looking like the theme of this book will be birds. I like birds. I don't think I've ever done a book. I haven't done a book on birds yet. So it'll be kind of fun to maybe put a flower or something on the other side with a bird. I'll have to find something like that. Okay, I'm gonna glue this part. And then the inside, I'm going to glue something, a different pattern in the inside, maybe, let me see, what did I do on this one? Oh, I did the same. I did the same on the inside. This paper is from Pippin. It's one of those Pippin booklets. Don't know if you... It is this one, Art Forms in Nature by Pippin, and it's got different patterns, and it's one of those decorative papers. Pippin Press, if you can find them. I find these on Amazon. So pippinpress.com. They're listed as like a decorative paper or wrapping paper, which some people might use them as wrapping paper, but they're beautiful papers, and I use them quite often to cover my journals with, or make cards. I do a lot of card making. In fact, that's what I should be doing now. I should be doing some cards or something like that, but I would rather play, and I'm due for a video, to do a video as well. Okay, make sure this is the right side. And oh, I was going to ink it, and I forgot. Darn it. Well, it's too late. Maybe. I still might ink it. So it's a little bit crooked. Uh-oh, it's the other side. It's got, it's got glitter on it, so now it's coming off, and it's coming onto the other side. Okay. Let's see, I need to dry it with the towel. This, dry that. What a mess. I like glitter, but it's so darn messy. Let's see. Okay. All right. And I think that once it gets decorated more, it won't look so bad. So, okay. So I'm gonna leave this to dry before I work on the inside. I'm gonna get some book pages and different ledgers and different types of things to put in there for my signatures. And on this signature, on this book, what I did is I did 2 signatures on one side, 5 pages each, so 10 pages each, that's 20 pages, and then 5 pages, 1 signature on the flap, the flap that's right here, and then Okay, that's 5 pages in there, so 10 pages both sides. Or, okay, 5, yeah, it'd be 20 pages both sides, right? So if it's 5 pages, cut in half, that's 10 pages, but then you count both sides, that's 20 pages, I think. Anyway, math is not my forte. Let's just say that. So I'm going to end it here for now, and then save this for the next video, and we'll continue on. If there is something, any questions or anything that you have, please comment. It's nice to know that there are some of you that are actually watching my videos, and I thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Jennifer from Sundragon Paper and Lace. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.